push space. The indicator is directed towards the patient's right, and you're shooting the beam in to the left hemithorax using the liver zone. With a forcing review of the heart. Performing the subconsole window, you can be either in the abdominal mode or the cardiac mode. If you're in the abdominal mode, the indicator should be directed towards the patient's right so that you obtain traditional image orientation. If you're in the cardiac mode, the indicator should be towards the patient's left in order to obtain traditional imaging view. I would advocate performing the vest exam in the abdominal mode since you've got 3 abdominal windows and 1 cardiac window. Keep it in the abdominal mode, and we do the subconsole window, have the indicator directed towards the patient's right. Remember, even in a thin patient, you're going to need a significant amount of penetration in order to obtain a machine view of the heart. When you're in the abdominal mode, most of the machines will move up in their instrument chest to about 15 centimeters of penetration. I would advocate performing the subconsole window, and you give yourself at least 22 centimeters of depth, and only decrease the field of depth in order to obtain cardiac view by the beginning, flashing down just slowly. Wanting to obtain fortune review because they don't have enough imaging depth. So remember, you're having to see a patient through the liver into the chest in order to obtain this fortune review. Something you have enough field of depth in this window. Vision, communication, 3 centimeters of penetration is not well. Chamber subthoracic view of the heart. As you continue to flatten out the transducer and aim into the chest, now you're going to get your xiphoid 4-chamber view. So again, here you are anterior and inferior on the abdominal wall. You're aiming posterior superior into the chest. This is patient's right, this is patient's left. You can see, here's the right ventricle, right atrium, and left ventricle. You can see here that the hand is held on top of the transducer. You don't want to keep your hand underneath the transducer. That will force you to be very resistant to the patient's abdomen in order to get this window. And patients who have penetrating injury there are not appreciating this deep amount of pressure. Diaphragm is going to be susceptible to respiration. Feel good look at. In this patient, we started off, we did not have a good look at the heart. However, I had the patient take a deep breath. So now we can see the chamber of the heart, right ventricle, right atrium, left ventricle, and left ventricle. And here's the liver as a window. So remember, anything close to the diaphragm, see how respiration happens. Or obtaining the good 4-chamber window. So then putting it all together, start in 18 position, and just like space indicators to the patient's right, hand over the top of the transducer so you don't have to bury it in the abdominal wall, and then start angling from the inferior vena cava until you get your 4-chamber view of the heart. Again, take note of the inferior vena cava since it does correlate well with CDP measurements that will go through this more in the echo modules. But you can see that just by following the inferior vena cava in, you get a nice 4-chamber view of the heart, and you have to have the patient take a deep breath to improve the visualization of the window. So let's take a look at pericardial effusions now, and we'll start from large ones and work our way down to small ones. And you can see here, you've got a patient with a large pericardial effusion, and you know that this is a pericardial effusion because it fits the shape of the container, and you can see that it's between the visceral and parietal layers of the pericardium and circumferential around the heart. So this is easily diagnosable as a large pericardial effusion. Another example of large pericardial effusion, you can see here, here's the liver as a window, here's the right side of the heart, right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium, left ventricle, and you can see between the visceral and parietal layers of the pericardium, you can follow circumferentially this complex fluid collection around the heart. And here you can see the video clip. Again, this fits the shape of the container between the 2 layers of the pericardium. With a large pericardial effusion, remember, you got to consider echogenic effusion. So this patient has a large echogenic effusion between the visceral and parietal layers of the pericardium, and this was due to a penetrating cardiac injury. You can also see, although not part of the primary valve here, but there is typically no right ventricle visualized, and that's because of the presence of tamponade physiology. This patient has a very large complex fluid collection in the pericardial sac, and you know it's in the pericardial sac because it fits the shape of that container. This is one that you can potentially miss if you go in there just looking for something that's black. Here we have a moderate echogenic pericardial effusion again. Right ventricle, left ventricle. Right side in the heart here, you can see. Pericardial effusion. This is the patient who was stabbed in an attempted carjacking. A patient who has a very small pericardial fluid collection, you can see it intermittently appearing, and it's predominantly seen on the right side. You can see here, it's between the visceral and parietal layers of the pericardium. This is a patient that had a very small pericardial effusion. Again, the smaller the effusion, the more detailed work you're going to have to do to define where it's at. you're going to have to make sure that it fits the shape of the container and follows along the shape of the heart. So what's going to trip you out on this window? Basically, anything that gives you an anechoic or echogenic space around the heart is a potential pitfall. Here's an example of a patient that has an epicardial fat. This is something that can confuse both the novice and the experienced and that's due to the presence of fat. This is different than what you would expect with free fluid or even clotted fluid, which would have a swirling appearance within it. This you can see between systole and diastole has a fixed appearance due to the fact that this is fat. So this is something you want to really take a look for on all the scans you do. Really appreciate these epicardial fat pads so that when you're in a situation where you've got to differentiate, is there fluid around the heart or isn't there, you've got that knowledge base because of the previous scans that you've done. Here's a comparison of an echogenic effusion with a fat pad. If you look here, here's a space along the right side of the heart. You can see within there is an echogenic effusion. And you know that this is an effusion because if you look closely, you can see that the echoes don't have a fixed pattern to them, that they're swirling around, and that's because of the fact that this is clotted blood. However, if you take a look over here again and compare it to the fat pad, notice that these echoes within this space have a fixed pattern between systole and diastole. So where's the free fluid here? Here you've got the heart, right side here, right ventricle, right atrium, left ventricle, and you can see that there's this anechoic space that comes around from the left and goes over towards the right. So based on the shape of this, this is a pericardial effusion. If you would ever doubt whether or not something was a pericardial effusion, then your best bet at that point is to use additional echocardiographic windows, and we're going to go into those in greater depth during the echocardiography module. Let's go through this one and see where all the fluid is around the heart. So you see that there are some areas surrounding the heart that are either echogenic or anechoic. So let's take a look at the areas in detail. If you look at the heart here, you've got right side of the heart here, you've got right ventricle, right atrium, left ventricle, left atrium here. You can see that between the gray, there's really a small amount of fluid here. You can see like an interaction between the right side of the heart. Equal fat pads do not extend over towards the left side. So this is a pericardial effusion. But you can also see that there's some anechoic spacing right here, and this would be on the caudal side of the diaphragm. So this is the patient that also has free intra-abdominal fluid. In the medical patient, it's going to be slightly in the trauma patient, obviously hemoperitoneum. But you can also see that there's a large anechoic space here along the left side of the heart. This doesn't affect the shape of the container of the pericardial sac. This is actually a patient that had a large left-sided pleural effusion, and here you can see the lung in this area right here. So this patient has pericardial effusion here, intra-abdominal or intraperitoneal free fluid, and left pleural effusion. So there's different spaces in which fluid can be detected on the subconscious window. You really have to look at what the shape of that container is that the fluid is within. Let's look down for hemoperitoneum. The pericardial window in here. So this is abdominal fluid. Remember, we already talked during the anatomic section that regardless of the source, free fluid will have a tendency to go to this right upper quadrant region. So this is one that you're going to really fluid in terms of forming and turning. So this one is going to Hemoperineum could help you in better triaging this patient. In this image here, you've got a patient who has both hemoperitoneum as well as hemoretroperitoneum. Again, you can see here's the liver, here's the kidney. You can see that there's fluid collection here, so now you've got a little boundary to decide where this fluid collection is. You can see that this fluid collection bumps up against the liver, and it is on the opposite side of the perinephric fat. You can see that this fluid collection here is embedded with the perinephric fat, and it bumps up against the kidney. So this fluid collection is within the retroperitoneal space. This fluid collection here is in the peritoneal cavity. This is a patient who had a ruptured abdominal aortic aneurysm and has both hemoperitoneum and hemoretroperitoneum. Well, the primary goal of the EFACT exam, it's possible that they may be able to detect solid organ injuries. And here you can see a patient on this perihepatic window. You've got the liver and the kidney here. The parenchyma should have, under normal circumstances, a nice homogeneous appearance. Here you can see that the liver has an area that is hyperechoic with irregular borders. This is a patient with a hematoma. So liver parenchymal injuries will be hyperechoic. It's not uncommon for solid organ injuries to not be associated with hemoperineum. Here you can see in this patient that there is no associated hemoperineum, but the significance of being able to rapidly diagnose a parenchymal injury is clearly there. What are the pitfalls of the perihepatic window? First, it could be potentially hemothorax. It could be hemoretroperitoneum, as we've already discussed. It could be fluid within bowel, or it could be contain fluid collection such as a renal cyst. So anything that's going to provide you with an anechoic or hypoechoic space could be confused as a free fluid collection. So take a look at this case right here. Does this patient have hemoperitoneum? So we can take a look. Here's the liver. Here's the kidney. We can see that there is a stripe here between the liver and the kidney. But now the question is it in the peritoneal space or is it somewhere else, such as the retroperitoneal space? If we take a look, we find the boundaries. That's the boundaries. The perinephric fat here.